All right, porn music. Just say it, porn music. What's up, everyone? Big Bob
and Big John,
and welcome to our podcast, Bikes, Barbells, and Beer. ... Pussies. my shirt smells like. I wrote in today because me and Julio are gonna do a little video shoot after for his how would you say, his marketing campaign for what he does.
Yeah,
is that the right words?
Yeah,
terminology. So I wrote in, fuck, it was cold, but this thing smells like biker bag shit. It's hard to explain.
It was in the side bag?
Yeah. It's not bad. It just smells like a cleaner, because the guys who built my stereo, they put that like carpet shit, and then they spray it with perfume after.
Oh, it wants to smell.
High class, some high class shit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of bugging me, but anyway. And it was a nice ride. I haven't rode about 3 months. We've been so busy. I mean, at all.
Dude, when you pull in the parking lot, it sounded like fucking thunder going off.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Between the music and the pipes,
yeah,
you could probably get pretty annoying to some people.
I was like, what the fuck was that? And all of a sudden you went skating by the holy shit.
Like slow motion?
Yeah, it sounded badass.
Nah, so we got to get yours.
I know it. We know it's going to be a road glide.
Road glide, yes.
Road glide. Because street glide is going to be a little too small.
Yeah, street glide be a little too small.
I've been watching, because I want to get one that's for the most part dialed up.
Right.
But then again, I want to find it in a place that's far enough away that I didn't buy it from my next door neighbor.
Exactly. Yeah, we talked about that. You don't want to get something. I mean, my first bike I almost bought from a friend, but it was done. Like, this thing was tits. I didn't care if they knew it was his.
Yeah.
But nowadays I don't think I do that.
Yeah. And I don't, I'm so busy with everything I do. I don't want to say I don't have the time. I'd rather find the one that's pretty much done and then just be able to pick it up rather than get one and have to go through all the process of getting a bunch of shit done to it. Because that stuff can actually take a lot of your time.
Oh, the build and
part. Oh, yeah. Having it all, moving the thing around and deciding on this, even just the decisions to figure out what you want it to look like versus if one's done, boom, I like that.
Right.
Done.
You seem like a visionary, so you seem like you can see what you want.
Yeah.
And
I can kind of I look and I'm like, boom, I like that one.
Right.
Problem is a lot of them, the ones that I find that I like have more miles than what you've advised.
Yeah. I mean, if you plan on doing a lot of riding, I wouldn't. But if you plan to do I don't know. I don't want to have this conversation on this because I know people are going to chime in. I don't feel like dealing with you guys.
Well, like the joke I was making is, I'm all show no go, baby.
And you know what? You can look for some of the 100,000 miles.
Really?
I mean, if you're for this first bike,
one
again, right? Yeah. Again, because you rode before. Yeah. If you want something done and just looking to maybe shoot from where you live to LA, maybe even San Diego, within that.
It's gonna be basically it'll be to LA area or to Vegas. That's gonna be it.
You could probably get some a little higher miles.
Look at that. That opens up the possibilities.
Yeah. There
we go.
Yeah, and then we'll roll in together to events and that's badass.
It.
Even just regular bike events. I mean, people will freak out. It's them. They're like, it's the guy from the podcast. Well, Tales of the King. They're like, no.
It's the ...
Yeah, everything else is gone. Let's give them the ... pussies.
And for those of you that don't know what the ... means, we were having an episode where we're talking about different types of, I think it was fathers and men who play the victim, and we're like, oh yeah, let's have a episode where we're play the victim and be little bitches. And so we said bikes, bars, and beer, ... and pussies, So that's the ... Inside joke if you haven't seen that. If you haven't seen that episode.
Hopefully you put that one out before this one so I don't get it back. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Look at these fucking guys are nutties and fruitcake, man. They're up there humming and ... What does all this shit mean? Church. It's like they're talking in tongues or something, man.
That show, and we're gonna get popular because the show makes no sense. It's all over. No, but usually we record on Sunday mornings, right? And we pre-record, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys may have figured that out. So on Sunday mornings, Saturday nights, me and my wife we may go out, or if we go out, it's usually Saturday. We'll have a few drinks, whatever. So the last few episodes are not episodes, but recordings. I wasn't hungover, but I came in and I wasn't complete. I wasn't myself, right? I did not feel well. I wasn't. I don't know. Maybe
You weren't hungover. You just a little rusty.
a little rusty. Yeah, I wasn't myself. Wasn't 100% there. And we recorded after that. We recorded on a Wednesday, which was badass. And today is Saturday morning. And last night.
Saturday morning today.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Last night I had one whiskey. That was it. We were burned out from the work week. We worked out. We got home. We ate late. So I don't know. I can't eat and drink. I mean, if it's party time, and I'm right there, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna drink. Then I'll eat either in between or after. Mm-hmm. But I'm not let's get my meal and go drink. No, I'm like, I'm ready for bed. I'm done. So we had our meal late. Had one whiskey. We were just talking, bullshitting. But anyway, my point is being not drinking the night before. I feel so much alive. I feel so much here.
Oh.
My mind is right. I'm more talkative instead of staring at you. And it's just like, man, I don't. So the next time we do record on Sunday, I'm not going to drink the night before, heavy.
Well, it's crazy because, I mean, like for myself, I don't drink very often.
Right.
And it's largely because I just feel better. Now, granted, I can have a couple beers, and I'm fine the next day. But what I'm getting at, right, what I'm trying to explain is when you're completely free, completely substance free. It's about that 10-day, maybe 12-day mark where you just feel like everything just gets more clear. Everything gets sharper. Mm. And what happens is, it's like for me, I just feel like the state that really crisp, clear, mindfulness state that I'm in is better than the buzz. Mm. That makes sense?
Right.
It's the thought of, having a couple beers. I mean, it's especially having a couple beers, having a cigar. It's a great thought. Instantly get a little dopamine release.
Right,
it makes me happy. Like, oh, let's do that. But then the flip side of me, I think, man, it's going to take me 10 days, maybe a little more to get back to that really fucking good state of mind where, like I said, I compare that to just, you got a buzz for a few hours.
Right.
When you think of, okay, you can get to that certain place where your mind is so crisp and clear, and you get to live that way every day until you have some sort of substance that knocks you off. That really, it's almost like that natural life high is even better than having a buzz.
Right.
But you got to get there enough to recognize it.
Right.
And it's not just not drinking. It's a combination. It's substance free. It's eating properly. It's making sure you get to bed on time. And it's like you just kind of get to this. It's almost like you just kind of go to this place like, whoa, shit is good, man.
Yeah.
Really good.
So it's all a combination of things.
Yeah, 100%. It's like, and if you really want to go deeper into that, for the way I look at it, it's getting your sleep, getting your rest, being substance free, and then also really, really keeping a good, like, I guess you'd say, good track of my mind, meaning like are my thoughts polluting my day with, like, because you can literally, I think we talked about this before, your brain, every time we've like 90,000 thoughts, some between like 50 and 100,000 thoughts a day. Every one of your thoughts promotes your brain to release a chemical. The question is it good or bad? So if you have a bunch of negative fucking thoughts, your brain starts pumping out stress chemicals. So what I'm getting at is if I can, always sleep well, eat right, exercise, substance free, and keep my mind in that really good positive state of mind.
Right.
Fuck, it's really, really killer. Now keep in mind, usually if I have some beers or something like that little rust like you were talking about, that'll promote thoughts to go onto the negative side, which now I got the double trouble. I got a little hangover. I can't even say it's a hangover.
It's more just like
rust.
Yeah, rust. Yeah.
Then that rust, so you're not feeling as good as you want to. Oh, fuck, you have just, not like you're having terrible thoughts, but it's promoting that negative brain chemistry. So it's not trying to get Gandhi on anybody here, but for me, it's a balance. It takes a little while to get a hold of to where I can get back there. So when I get there, I really want to keep it. But then, special occasions come around, Christmas, holidays. Maybe it's just a friend that I haven't seen in a long time that wants to have a beer, That's life.
And again, it's not like one of those things where, right, I've said it before, I've interviewed people who can't just have one or just can't, right? They're jealous of, like, I don't drink during the week. I've said it many times. I don't drink during the week because we got too much going on. Plus that feeling of rusty, right? And I told John, how do people, I know guys in our age or older, whatever, 40s, mid-40s, early 40s, that do it daily.
Well, then that's the thing. Someone that drinks every day, and I'll use I never have been a daily drinker. But in my career, I've been hooked on painkillers many times. Man, I've had a couple of stints where, oh, man. I don't know. My wife would probably be better off to nail the time frame, but fucking long time. Like 6, 8, 9 months where I've been.
Wow.
Yeah, where I'm trying to get off, but I just keep fucking up.
Yeah.
And I was wrestling at the time, so of course it's real easy to justify. I'm in fucking pain. I need some of this to get in the ring and do my job.
Right.
Well, fucking crazy how the brain can convince you to take your drugs. But what I'm getting at is you're taking it every day or you're drinking every day. Whatever you're doing every day, that becomes your new norm. What you don't realize is that this happened. That makes sense?
What do you mean?
So that really, let's just say that really clear level of existence.
Okay, yeah.
Like we talked about, you're sleeping well, you're exercising, you're staying positive, you're looking at the good things in life rather than the bad things in life. You get that really kind of hovering high existence. And then you start doing something every day. And like for me, I was taking pills all the time. And next thing you know, your new norm is way the fuck down here.
Okay.
And you don't even know it.
And that's your norm, so you don't know the difference of that high.
Because, keep in mind, when I was wrestling, I did not know how to get here. I was still too young. But point of being, I might have been here. But, this was the best sober feeling that I had because I didn't understand how to control my thoughts and keep positive minded, which really makes a fucking big difference.
Right.
But either way, wherever you're here, wherever you are, your best when you're sober and you start a substance every day, you just slowly start to go down. And if someone's good at managing shit daily like I was, you just find this new norm. But but the part is you don't even know that you went down.
Right.
That's the tricky part.
Wow.
Is that your new normal because you're doing something every day and you're managing it. And for me, if I couldn't manage it, then I'd have to stop. And the thought of stopping was pretty fucking scary.
Right.
So
I never looked at it like that. Like, you're here, you live there, that's normal, right? High. Then you take a dip, you don't realize you took a dip. And that's your new norm, but you don't know it's a new norm. You just think.
Usually, for me, what would happen is I would go down here, and I would manage my pill abuse because it's unfortunate that's what it was.
Right.
It was an addiction, and then something would happen, and I would start sinking a little further. Usually, I would ask for Terry to help me. So I need you to ration the shit for me because I'm having a hard time, and then. By that point, the spiral has started. I would get to the point where something would happen. Meaning, it's not like I fucking rob a bank or some stupid thing like that, but it would be like, I would realize, okay, I would behave in a way like, okay, this is not me. And then you have that quick fucking glimpse of, okay, if I acted like that, I need to make a fucking change.
Right.
And that boom, it's like, I feel like you're, we were talking about another episode, texting and driving, and all of a sudden you almost get in a fucking, okay, put the phone down.
All of a sudden.
Put the phone, okay, I'm good. No more phone. Well, then it's like you do, so when you're in that new norm goes low enough and you get a glimpse at, oh, fuck, what the hell? How did I get down here?
Wow.
And that's, for me, that's when I would recognize that, fuck, I had really sunk it, but it happened so slowly, you don't even know that it's happening.
So the abnormals becoming normal, so you don't realize the abnormals becoming normal.
Well, and that's what it comes down to. That's like they call it functioning addicts. I was functioning addict a few times in my, between my strength, between strongman wrestling and pro bodybuilding. It's all at the highest level, international level. It's over 20 23, 24 years.
Wow.
Of pushing myself and injuries. It always starts with an injury. That's the problem. You get injured, you need this shit to get back.
Right.
And by the time you get back, you're like, okay, I'm going to stop taking this now. Uh-oh. You're not just going to stop taking it. Because
right.
you try to stop taking it, it's like,
well,
I feel fucking sick. It's like you.
Oh, like detox.
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Even if you're using it how it's supposed to be used.
If you're on it long enough, and that's the problem too.
You
start off using it the way you're supposed to, but then that doesn't work after about 2 weeks.
Right.
Next thing you know, you're taking a lot more than you're supposed to be. And then for me, the one that I had 2 different times, I got fucking hooked on Oxycontin.
Oh, shit.
Fucking brutal, man.
Yeah.
Brutal. I remember the first time because
That's a downer, though, right?
Yeah, I don't even know how to describe that, man. It's fucking. I remember taking it the first time, and I thought, this is going to be hard to get off of. Because
first time, you're like, yeah.
because I was a Percocet guy prior to that.
Oh, okay.
But the problem was that Percocet has lots of Tylenol, and Tylenol is toxic for your organs, especially your liver. And so if you take high levels, and we keep in mind at that point I was probably taking 6 or 8 of these things a day.
Holy shit! Yeah. What, like high milligrams or?
Yeah, so you figure, it get to the point at some points, and keep in mind, I'm happy to be honest about this because if there's someone that's out there having troubles, man, I've talked to a lot of people to help them get straightened up because it's not a place, it's a dark place to live.
Right.
I would take, I would sometimes take 4 or 5 of these things, put them in my mouth, and chew them up. Because I wanted it in my system so fast.
Immediately, yeah.
Because those were times where I was trying to get off, and I fucking flipped out and, was a little bitch and fucking broke.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there's that certain point where you just fucking feel so bad. And if you could fucking have the balls to go another hour, it would start to get better. But that's where the drug gets you.
You feel so bad, meaning trying to kick it.
Yeah.
And then you
trying to get off.
If you would have went just one more hour, that it would have wear off.
It would have. You got to the point where because it's almost like you don't know. You just think it's as your body starts to want more, you start to feel worse.
Right.
And it can only get worse for so long before it starts to level off.
Okay.
But all you can feel is that getting worse by the hour.
Oof.
That makes sense.
Yes.
But the Oxycontin. Because basically what I was saying was over the years, I'd taken so many Percocet, which have Tylenol. So it says 15/325. 15 milligrams is the Percocet. The /25, 325, that's the fucking Tylenol.
Holy shit.
300, and
that's
so now you're taking, times 6, 7, or 8 of those a day.
Ooh.
So I'd really fucking toxified my liver with this shit. So I think it was my back surgery. They do a blood test on you to see maybe you're good.
Yeah.
They're like, your fucking liver is stressed, so we're not going to be able to give you a Percocet. We're going to have to give you this other drug that doesn't have any Tylenol. And I'm like, okay, what's that? And they said Oxycontin. And at that point, I'd only heard of it. I was like, but what I've heard is people get fucked up on this stuff. Like in both ways, fucked up, like really messed up, like taking it and like it wrecks their lives. And so, of course, I thought I could fucking handle it. And, and I couldn't take the other one because my liver was too toxified from taking the other one. So I ended up getting hooked on that shit. And it's fucking brutal to get off of.
Isn't it amazing how they know what it can do? I mean, maybe for medical reasons it does help, but it's almost like you can't, you made that. You can't make something that isn't so harmful to the person as a whole. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh fuck. I mean, and keep in mind we're having other episodes talking about the responsibilities of father.
Right.
And dealing with this kind of stuff and being a good father was a fucking hell of a job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal. I mean, most of the times where I really would have the biggest bouts is when I would be on the road. When I would come home, the fact that I was coming home to my family, it's, you kind of know you got to fucking straighten up.
Right.
But then you go back out on the road, you're going to a hotel room. Nobody's you don't have to be a role model.
Just you and the walls and the
you
bed.
and the fucking bottle of pills that keeps calling your name.
Damn.
You know,
yeah.
but anyway, so I went through a lot of daily use, and like I said, probably because I would always get that that norm would go down, something would happen, and I would basically stiffen up, and I'd get myself off again. Then something would happen, I would start taking, I would fucking hurt myself, and then it gets to the point where you're not really that fucking hurt.
And you realize that.
Yeah, but it's like, I definitely, I could use it for me to perform that I need to keep my contract. I could definitely justify needing a painkiller. Oh, well, just on the nights I wrestle. Fuck. That doesn't last long. But anyway, all I'm getting at is that norm. It just, a daily use of a substance brings that norm down, and it becomes your reality. And if you can function there, and I've functioned there plenty of times for extended periods of time, you just don't realize that your world is subpar.
Would you say if you could, and I'm not condoning or saying, but if you could function down there, and you're down here and you're still functioning, meaning you're still handling business, you're still working, you're still providing, you could get the fuck out. You're not done. You're just down here.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not done.
There are people that function fucking decades like that.
Right.
How many people you know that drink every night?
Yeah.
And they have for decades.
Right.
Same thing with pill users. Same thing with, there's all sorts of people that, man, I'm not fucking condoning any of this.
Right.
Man, part of why I'm so big on, all of this fucking Gandhi shit now is because I realize how you can feel so fucking good and so high, so to speak, on just taking care of yourself. The way that your body and your mind will get to this elevated state if you do the things that are necessary to get there, it's better than the high you get from the fucking beer or the drug.
Man, you're right, because I get my hair cut weekly, right? Well, I don't know if I'm talking about
I wish I could say that. Fuck. I get my back shaved weekly.
Oh, fuck. But, well, for one, because we're so busy, so I never know what's going to happen to pop up.
Yeah.
But also, I want to look good.
Yeah.
Right? I think we did talk about it. Anyway, I want to look good for my wife. I want to look good for my family, as well as looking good for myself. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Hell no.
You know? I walk around the house going, now I'm a handsome motherfucker.
That's it.
And no one responds, but but I say it. But I say it still. You're crickets.
I love
No, but yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, it's like the whole bike that we talked about, right? Like you look good, your bikes look good, you look good, your family looks good. It's like you're a reflection off everything you do.
And it's like when you start to take care of your life, when you start to take care of your health, when you stay physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, not trying to get Gandhi on you again.
Right.
That's when this starts to happen. You know, I think people in general, we've not been taught by society or our parents to take good enough care of ourselves where, the norm is here without substance.
Right.
Substance will bring us here. If we're taught how to care for ourselves on all dimensions, this happens. And I'm finally learning how to do this.
Nice.
So that's why, like I said, even just a couple of drinks can take me back down to here. And it takes me about 10 days or more to get back. And God knows in my athletic career, I spent a lot of time down here. I mean, it feels kind of good to fucking come clean about it, because it's like, come clean. Sometimes it's like, during the time of all this, you're really not honest with yourself. And I've been plenty honest with my wife, and obviously my kids kind of know a little bit, but to be forthcoming that somebody else could hear this and it could help them.
Yeah.
That's fucking really, and I can't tell you how many people, if you guys have a problem, DM me.
Yes, yeah.
I've talked about this on many podcasts, and I've had people from different continents reach out to me.
Wow.
But what I'm getting at is that, over that when did it start? What's 2023? Still a pro bodybuilder. I was started in, so we're talking almost 25 years.
Wow.
And I would say in 25 years, I can realistically say that I probably have had at least where I could say, okay, there's a period of my life, at least six periods of my life where I would consider myself addicted to a substance. You know, and then you have to fight your way back out of it. And then, unfortunately, the activities that you're doing, such as, you know, competing or performing, and there was a legitimate time, you know, fucking pop a bicep loose, you know, and I had to went back to work 6 weeks after the fucking injury. I was still supposed to be in a sling. That fucking hurt. Oof. So that was one of those times where I had zero problems taking the pill again. The problem was that turned out to be one of my most fucking whopping addictions to climb back out of.
Right.
You know, you spend a couple of months taking this shit, it's fucking hard to get back out. I remember one time, I told my mom flat out. I said, you know, right now I'm having a hard time, but I'm going to be off this. And I gave her a date because it made me accountable.
Did you?
Fuck yes, I did. I'm a mama's boy. I'm a little fucking bitch. I tell my mom I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. But that's why I did it for myself, because I know if I tell her, I was having a hard time being accountable to myself with that addiction.
Right.
But, you know, an addictive personality in general. I mean, I'm
the same way. I think we talked about that. Yeah.
And now I'm addicted to fucking feeling good through natural measures. I'm addicted to productivity. I'm addicted to a lot of really, really good shit. It's just took a chunk of my life to get here.
Yeah. Hey, well, all that matters is that you're still here, and you're at that level of I don't want to say high, but life, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're at that natural high now.
Yeah, and it's, you know, as we all know, you got to go through to get where you want to go. You're gonna have to climb through some shit.
You know, whoever made it that way sucks, but you know what? That's just the way it is.
A little shit in your mouth. Just remember, it's what's necessary. You know,
little shit in your mouth. Well,
I guess
I know.
Well, you gotta say you gotta have a shit sandwich. That's a little shit in your mouth, you know.
A little shit, yeah, no, it's the truth.
A little shit in your mouth.
But if any of you guys need help or want to talk with someone, man, hit up John, you know, and he will guide you the right direction, or he can mentor you as well, you know.
Sometimes just knowing that someone understands, and then someone giving you. Sometimes just a couple of simple statements to kind of give you a strength in the time of need is really helpful.
Yeah, definitely.
You know? And look at this. This episode all came from you talking about feeling rusty one day.
Yeah.
A couple of beers. We went from a couple of beers to Oxycontin addiction.
All I know is I'm not coming in after I drink anymore. No, I'm just kidding. I'm really not. I'm not. You know, it's. I feel so much alive right now. Like my high is right here right now. You know.
But on that level, though, keep in mind, it's not like he was fucking stumbling around. He was totally fine. It's just inside he felt like he knew he could feel better.
Yeah, I was definitely on my low.
Yeah.
But we hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Again, if you have any issues with drugs or addiction, you know, reach out to John. He's been there. And he can, you know, speak with you and help you any way, and best way he can.
Rock and roll.
I'm Big Bob.
I'm Big John.
Bikes, barbells, and beer.
See you next time. ...
Just kidding.
That was perfect time. Right at noon.